Good morning, everyone. So I just wanted to pop in and give you guys sort of a garden update. But before I get into anything garden related, I just want to say that I hope that wherever you are, that you are staying healthy and being well and doing all the things to keep your immune system up, and whatever health means to you, whatever supplements that is, I hope that you are doing well wherever you are. So I also want to show you kind of what I'm doing from my natural, healthy perspective. So first of all, I have been making a lot of smoothies, not always green, fruit, whatever, just trying to make sure that I am keeping the a large amount of antioxidants, and just in addition to the smoothies, just eating healthy, lots of veggies, all the things that you should know to do to keep kind of your immune system up and to be healthy. Additionally, I have several other little supplements of things. I've been doing a kind of like a golden milk turmeric latte before I go to bed at night, just to help with inflammation and all the stuff that turmeric helps with. I have homemade elderberry syrup that I've been taking a few teaspoons of, just trying to stay healthy there, because I'm already getting over a cold as it is. Pickled garlic for the bacteria side of things, just to stay healthy. Even if you don't want to catch coronavirus, you certainly don't want to catch anything else either. So kombucha, which is also fermented, so you get probiotics from that, and homemade sauerkraut. So both of this I should need to make a new batch today actually. And then sauerkraut's not quite ready yet, but getting there. So also, if you could make fire cider, I know that's really helpful as well, but it does take a month. So some of these fermented things take a while. I've had my sauerkraut fermenting for a while, and my kombucha as well. So that's what I'm currently doing myself. So in addition to those supplements, I've also been drinking a lot of hot teas, dandelion tea, to help the liver process things and flush things out effectively and keep your liver healthy. Echinacea tea, which is also really great for your immune system. Tulsi, just things like that are really good for calming your adrenals, keeping your inflammation down, keeping your immune system up. So those are the type of things that I am trying to do currently to make sure my body, look at them in the background. What are you guys doing? They're crazy. Anyway, all right, let's get out to the garden finally. Well, I also am taking vitamin D, which is also really helpful for keeping the immune system up. So just to add another little one in there. That you might want to think about adding to your routine as well. So, nice. Just walking out. I haven't seen a monarch in a minute. I'm gonna say, I hope it wasn't laying more eggs on my milkweed, because I already have, can you see this? You tiniest little babies. Which my milkweed is just coming back from my last batch of monarch caterpillars. And so I don't know if it's ready for another round quite yet, but they're here, so we'll see. Might have to run to a nursery, but I'm also not trying to be around a lot of people, so we'll just have to play that by ear. I also just saw a black swallowtail come by, but it didn't hang out for long, so I'm not sure where it is going. But I haven't really seen too many butterflies yet until this weekend, so this has been really fun. I wish I had some zinnias, because butterflies, if you're not growing zinnias in your garden, grow zinnias, because the amount of butterflies that will be attracted to those zinnias is astonishing. Last year was my first year growing them, had never grown them before. They're an annual, so obviously they die with the winter, but it is 100% worth it for the butterflies. That and Tithonia, or what's otherwise called Mexican sunflower, also a huge hit for butterflies. So if you want to attract butterflies to your garden, zinnias, Mexican sunflower, those are two huge ones that I've noticed personally that really, really attract the butterflies. Maybe that's not a swallowtail. I don't know what butterfly that is. Oh, it looks like some sort of longwing. Wow, so beautiful. Are you laying some eggs? So I just did some researching to figure out what type of butterfly that was, and it is a giant swallowtail butterfly, which is really cool. They're one of the biggest butterflies in North America, so that's really cool. I've seen 4 different types of butterflies today. I saw just a normal little, Luna, what are you doing? I saw a normal butterfly that was black, which is a swallowtail variety, I believe. I saw the giant swallowtail butterfly. I saw a monarch, and then I saw a longwing actually too. So I always get a lot of longwings here. It's like Florida's official butterfly. So I always have a lot of those. Anyway, spring's officially here. It's like 81 degrees already. I'm in a tank top and I really need to go put on some sunscreen. All right, now that I'm no longer distracted by a plethora of butterflies, let me show you around. So, you remember I put the trellises up. I've got all sorts of calendula blooming, which are just, oh, I'm just so in love with them. I use them to make herbal oils and things like that, and so it's very nice to have a lot of those. I've got some beans coming up, gonna come up over this trellis, and then I have some little cantaloupes as well as some lavender, bolted parsley, echinacea. I got some strawberries. I've also reached the time of year where I am battling ants. More calendula. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love. So beautiful. More parsley. Got a little nasturtium down here. And this is bee balm, I believe, which is what it said it was supposed to be when I grew it last year, and it's spread like this and hasn't come up. So if you have grown bee balm, is this gonna get taller and flower? Because now I'm skeptical. Some kale that's still covered up. I got some chamomile hiding down here. Fennel, which hopefully maybe the swallowtails will find and lay some eggs on, but we'll see. Oregano, this is just a regular hyssop. And then I have some anise hyssop, anise? Don't judge me on my pronunciation of things. Right there, which should get big. And it's my second herb and pollinator bed. I've got some butternut squashes to go up over the trellis, some cilantro and lavender, some more chamomile. This is a ground cherry, which has already got one. Can you see that? So they're kind of, it tastes like a cherry. It's called a Cape gooseberry, but the husk will kind of dry out like a tomatillo, and then it'll fall to the ground and you will know that it's ready. That's why it's called a ground cherry. I've got some beets, which when those get ready, I will replace those with other things. More anise hyssop, which smells so good after you rub your hands on it. Calendula, my milkweed plant with my little caterpillar butterfly babies. Rosemary. Oh, and these little beauties. Look how gorgeous. You're so cute. Just love, love, love. Some aloe. I had another aloe in the other bed as well. This is borage, which is looking a little rough, but it's doing all right. Some more strawberries. I love this variegated sage. I found this the other day. How pretty is that? Bee balm. It's a lemon bee balm. Got that as an extra when I ordered from Baker Creek Seeds. They threw it in the pile. I was like, cool, thank you. My potatoes, some onions. Then we have the sunflower. Let's see what this is. Violet sparkle peppers in between some of these romaine lettuces, which will probably end up bolting and come out. A lot of stuff has a bachelor button. This is cubanelle peppers. And then we have some more lettuces. This is a little border dahlia. Corbaci peppers. Some more lettuces and onions. And then I believe I have them all labeled. These peppers down here at the end, in between the lettuces, are habanadas. And then along the thing, I have the trellis, I have some watermelon, some cucumbers, and then I have this beautiful Cosmo, which I hope will bloom one of these days. So that's one side. My brassicas, which aren't really loving the heat, so I'm not sure how long they'll last, but we'll see. Dahlia, another dahlia, brassicas, a little nasturtium, and then some yellow squash I added in, some more cucumbers around the border, around the trellis, squashes and zucchini. Zucchini is a squash. I have some echinacea popping up right there. That is a perennial and is coming back. Let's see. In this bed I have purple potatoes. I have either my banana peppers, which a while back I pinched off all the blooms. Already got a little one. Can you see that? It's hard to tell, to show, I guess. But then I have some Hungarian hot wax peppers, and then Craig's jalapeno peppers, and a sunflower over there on the side with some more cukes for that trellis. Got some more beans going inside, but bachelor button again. I have dragon's tongue bean, some sort of green and purple bean, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head. Some more brassicas. Let's just walk down these beautiful trellises. Hi, cute boy. Another sunflower. Some Swiss chard, which is just beautiful. I have all sorts of cucumbers and squashes and melons, and this lemon thyme, however you pronounce it, smells amazing. It's like, if I could make a perfume out of this, I would wear that literally every day. Some more calendula. Look at this pretty color. I love that color too. Oops, you can see it more in the sun. I'm actually shadowing it. Kale. Lots of kale. I need to be doing something with this kale because it's probably not going to be good for too much longer. Dino kale and curly kale. Onions. Got some little pea sprouts coming up here in the back to trellis over these. We're using them from the tomatoes last year. This is called a bush pickle, which supposedly doesn't get as big as a normal cucumber plant, so I'm hoping it'll trail out and be beautiful. And I need to get a larger hummingbird feeder, I think, on this side because the weight is like shh. So now, last but not least, my tomato section. Got some more flowers, Lots more calendula because they're a great companion plant for tomatoes and help ward off pests. Marigolds, which calendula is a type of marigold, I think it's called pot marigold. Anyway, that, and I have basil over here, another great companion plant for tomatoes. But this is one of my tomatoes. You can see they're all got little buds. That's a Paul Robeson. Some purple basil. I just pinched it off. So pro tip, when you have your basil, if you pinch it off, it'll help. See how these have these two little side shoots? These will now grow to 2 stems, so it won't be a really long leggy basil. It'll help create a more bushy basil if you pinch off the stem. And the same when it goes to start flowering, just go and pinch that off. And you can do that anywhere on the basil. As it starts to look too long and leggy, you can just pinch it in between these two, I don't know, armpits, I guess you could say, and it'll have, it'll sprout 2 different, these will come off 2 now instead of just being 1 stem. Some more cosmos. I don't know why this thing is not wanting to stay focused. Tomatoes, all my tomatoes are looking pretty healthy, which is really nice. I think I've put most of my effort this gardening season into my tomatoes. Have some carrots bordering around and some blooming tomatoes. This is Brad's Atomic Grape, which they put off some really psychedelic looking tomatoes, which are awesome. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna put a zinnia right here in this empty space, and then I have more tomatoes all around. So I don't know if you can see this purple coloring on the leaves. That was from sun scorch after I planted them out. Even though I had hardened them off, it still kind of got some sun damage. But that purple color on the leaves is actually from anthocyanin in the tomatoes, which is what makes them so nutritious and good for you. This calendula is pretty as well. So I got my lemongrass over there, one of my best friends gave me before she moved. More onions. Oh, all the tomatoes. I can't wait to show you all of them as they start coming in. This is a Napa Chardonnay. It's a Wild Boar Farms variety. I have a lot of Wild Boar Farms. If you're looking for unique organic tomatoes, Brad Gates is just really, really awesome. He's kind of like tomato king in my eyes. So check him out and check out his tomatoes. They sell a lot of them at Baker Creek Seeds. Yeah. So let's walk to these tomatoes. So I was sure when I put these tomatoes over here that they wouldn't do, because the soil was kind of clay soil and I put compost over it last year and then again this year, but it's still, you know, through the roots is pretty clay. So I thought they wouldn't do as well as these tomatoes, but they are doing much better than those tomatoes. So I put my favorite varieties over in the beds thinking that they wouldn't do as well as over here, but look how healthy these are. They're like doing really well. I just can't get over it. Like, dang. Surprising me with the ground soil. Not that I'm complaining. It's pretty awesome. It's a little zinnia, which I hope will bloom soon. I have so many things that are on the verge of blooming. Hi, baby boy. I know you want to play. Like, look at this, Zinnia. What color do we think this is gonna be? Pink or red? Maybe red? I don't know. Any day now. Then I had, my chickens have been real jerks and have kind of been taste testing a lot of plants and lopped off the top of this whole tomato. Fortunately, I have two, the other one's in the back. It's my Black Beauty tomatoes, so they produce really dark, like one of the darkest purple tomatoes filled with anthocyanin that are created. So really hoping that it'll put off what's called a sucker right here. And I'm gonna do a whole tomato video one day and explain everything I know about tomatoes. But a sucker is basically those little branches that come through kind of, again, for a lack of a better word, the armpit, and kind of grow up through here. And you can usually pinch those off and stick them in water and propagate them, and you'll grow a new tomato plant. But for me, it's a great spot to trim off tomatoes, typically, because it's so humid here. I don't want to grow a full bushy tomato plant. I'm keeping mine kind of trimmed back. But in this case, I'm really hoping it'll grow one and continue growing this tomato plant. I did take the top that was lopped off and put it in water. So hopefully that sprouts some roots as well, because I'm pretty bummed about missing out on one of those tomato plants. Dahlias. This is gonna be what's called a dinner plate dahlia, and they seriously create a flower that is the size of a dinner plate. They're massive. Some little red cherries. I'm trying to get in frame. So here's some more little cherries blooming, and I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to get in there. Hard to tell in the sunlight. If you see that little plant sticking off through the armpit, that's what's called a sucker, but it'll come off and create a whole new stem that you can take off and put in water and make a new tomato plant, and either plant it or share the love with your family members and friends, which might be something that I end up doing. Oh my gosh, it has even more little so yeah, these ground ones are just doing really, really well. And I mentioned earlier growing Mexican sunflowers for butterflies. This is a Mexican sunflower. They get really, really big, like a tree, have multiple heads, unlike most sunflowers. I mean, there are definitely multiple head sunflowers, but this is definitely lots of different heads. They're like an orangish red color, and they're very beautiful, and the butterflies really love them. And these leaves feel like so soft and velvety. Very, very cool plant, and very easy to grow. So that's what's been going on out here. I also have my loquats are starting to come in. I've already made some loquat jam, which is very time consuming. I don't know if you've ever had a loquat, but they basically, it's hard to do this with one hand. They have a lot of seeds. They're kind of like a Japanese plum. And so making anything with them while they're delicious is very time consuming, because you have to have so many to account for how small they are and the seeds. More squashes over here that don't have the room for them yet. Oh, there's a tick on me. Well, finding a tick on you from just walking around your yard is not very exciting. But as I was saying, so this is another bush pickle. I believe these are patty pan squashes, which aren't quite ready. Then I have some little baby milkweeds. I have some more inside. This I found self-seeded, and I just put them in here so I can control where they're going. Milkweed. gross leftover smoothie from this morning. Another little ground cherry, which is already blossoming as well. Gooseberry. Anyway, this I thought was going to be a citrus plant when we purchased this property, but it hasn't ever grown in anything, so that's going to come out. But hi, cute babies. Hi. I have come to flee the heat. It's already 81 degrees here, you guys. That is just part of living in Florida. But thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you just really take the time to appreciate the small things that you can during this time, and just stay safe. I hope really just that you're staying safe wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Frisbee. Oh, he says yes, you're done. Where's your sister? Where's your sister? There she is. Crazy.